Right, here we've got the Countax, and we've been having further problems with the deck engagement. So this board here is the instrument board, and it goes in there with, can we see, with that. So those two there fit in a slot, and then it goes up like that, and you put the thread in the back there. But what I was finding was there's this long connector here. Shall we zoom in a bit? This is only going to be a really short video. This long connector here fits on there, and I was finding that to get the deck to engage, I was having to reach round here and wiggle these wires. So I'm not sure what's going on, but if you look here, come on, focus, can you see on each of those pins there's a wear mark? So I'm going to scrape those down, because I think we were getting a bad contact. So I'm going to scrape those wear marks off and then spray it down with some contact cleaner, and then just see if we have a better job. Notice, let me zoom out, yeah, notice there's a couple of fuses here and the relays. Alright, so let's clean those. You can clearly see where there's been a bad contact. So let me just get on with that, just scrape it down, and I'll get back to you. Right. Can we see that? I've cleaned those off, and it was actually, it had worn a little recess in there, worn a bit of the material away. So let us just plug this in. I've actually sprayed some contact cleaner up in this socket here. You can't actually get in there to clean it very well, so let's have a go. Right, beware some noise. You should be able to hear the deck if it's going to engage, and I use this, something that came from Uncle Harold's workshop, contact cleaner. Right, choke out, start her up. Can you see that there is a problem in there somewhere? Now, I was trying to work out whether it was one specific wire or whether it's that contact, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to get involved in this for a bit longer and clean the stuff again. Okay, this is what I found out. The problem is in this connector. If I was to just squeeze it like that, perhaps with a zip tie round there and push that way, it's fine. But as soon as you let go, it's not. So the problem is in that connector. Now, I don't know whether it's in one of those solder joints on the back. I'm a bit loath to dig into them, but I might have to. I might have to refloat all of those connectors there, or those solder joints, just to see whether that makes any difference. So I'm going to do that. It's a difficult one. I did wiggle each one of the wires separately with it running, and it made no difference, even though these wires, and I don't know whether we'll better zoom in enough, and up a bit there, these wires are just stuffed in there against the sharp edge, so you would have thought maybe that was a problem, but I got a small screwdriver and pushed each one of those down, made sure they were in there solid. So wiggling the wire would have caused a problem in that if there was one, but definitely doing that with a zip tie would do it. So I'm going to resolder those, all of those, just reflow them, and we'll see if that makes a difference. Okay, I have reflowed those contacts, all those solder joints there. But the other thing I reasoned was, because there's some wear on all these little notches, hang on a minute, what I did was get a screwdriver like that and just ease that pin forward slightly, reasoning that because that was an actual notch, it had worn away the contact material, so a slight bend like that would move that closer to its mating partner. So we've done two things, which is counter to what you would normally do in an experiment, but I was there and I was doing it, so there you go. So you've got two options really, that or bending those pins slightly, and I've actually just tried it and it works, and I'm going to plug it back in now and put it back in place, and we'll do a road test again. What shall we do? Because it's noisy, that's the problem. I think we can just focus on the pulley and we can see that the pulley's going round without the noise, or with the noise turned down. So I'm just going to put this back in place, which effectively you just very carefully it will go in on misaligned with the pins, it will go in one pin wrong, so make sure it is right, and then it goes in there. I might need to get the torch to see what I'm doing. I think I can get away with it. There, that's in those notches, and then that threads up in there, and it doesn't feel like it's threading, but it is. And we've got a tractor going by with a rorty exhaust. Right, let us just rearrange the camera so we can see the pulley going round. Contact! So there you go, bit of investigation. Last time it was an earth down by the solenoid. This time it's the pins on that control board. Anyway, hopefully you've found this useful. Have a look at the video description for details of other very important things. Please share and like and all those sorts of things, and there'll be more Countax videos up soon. Cheers for now.